All right, hello again, fourth graders. Today we are going to be talking about distributive property. Again, I'm going to apologize for my video skills. This is now my second video that I am recording myself giving directions. So please excuse, again, my video skills. All right, so distributive property is something that you will learn. Some of you have already learned or talked about in third grade. You will visit it this year. We already have. And you will definitely see it again in your future. So distributive property generally looks something like this. And I apologize because my marker is going out. And I'm going to use the same number that I did from the other video. Okay, and the reason for these little lines is I'm showing that I'm distributing the 4 to each place value. Okay. So it's a little bit like partial products in the sense that you're breaking apart the larger number to multiply. So I'm going to take and I'm going to break this apart by place value. So I get 700. My next place is the tens, and the digit is 2, so the value is 20. And the last place value is the ones, and the value is 6. So you can see here I have 726. It's the same number, just broken apart. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is multiply by 4. But it's going to look a little bit different when you see it on homework or in Pearson and on tests. And it's going to look a little bit like this. So it's going to be broken apart with the parentheses. Now, again, we've talked about the parentheses, and all the parentheses are telling you to do is do that first. So do that problem first. Now, if you have a set of parentheses like this, where you have, and I'm sorry, I'm trying to move it so everybody can see, where you have 3 partial products, you're going to have 3 sets of parentheses. Now, when you have 3 sets of parentheses like this, you work from left to right. So you're going to solve what's in the first set of parentheses first. And again, I'm going to use my trick of multiplying 7 times 4, and I get 28, and add my 2 zeros. And I'm going to lose the parentheses. I don't need them anymore. As soon as I solve what's inside the parentheses, I lose the parentheses. But I continue to keep my addition symbol because it's outside of the parentheses and I haven't done anything with it yet. The next thing I'm going to do is 20 times 4, and again I can use my trick here too. 2 times 4 is 8, add my 0. Again, I'm losing the parentheses, keeping my addition symbol. 6 times 4 is 24. Now, most of the time it's now easier to take these, and these are still your partial products, and add them vertically to get the answer. So you can show that here. 2,800 plus 80, 24, and again, my final product is 2,904. Okay, I know there's a lot of writing here, and I apologize. I tried to go through everything and explain it. Now, with the partial products, a lot of the times we use, distributive property. A lot of the times we use distributive property on word problems. And I noticed that with the distributive property, a lot of us were getting confused when it was asking you how else could this look. So if you had a problem that maybe looked like this, and they said, what else would it look like? And it didn't maybe even specify distributive property. Some of the questions did. How would you show distributive property? I saw a lot of mistakes, and I saw a lot of mistakes because there's a lot of numbers, and this is a new concept. So I just want to kind of clear this up for you. You have a number like 430 times 3. Okay, This is one way to show distributive property. I'm distributing the 3 to each place value. Now, I technically do not need to show 3 times 0 because it's 0. And we know that when we add a number to 0, it's that number. Now, it can also be shown like this. The commutative property of addition shows us that the order of our digits can be changed or switched or moved around, and it's still going to be your same answer. Meaning, 3 times 400 can now be 400 times 3. 3 times 30 can now be 30 times 3. I've also flip-flopped the grouping. I have this coming first and this coming second versus the first way I showed it. It doesn't matter. You're still going to achieve the same answer. Okay? So if I continued and I broke it apart, I would get 400 and then 30. Now I'm breaking this number apart by place value. I know that's a little bit of a crazy arrow. And I'm going to multiply each of these by 3. 4 times 3 is 12, my 2 zeros. 3 times 3, is 9. Add my 0. I'm going to add these together. And my final product is 1,290. Okay, so I've just now covered distributive property. Distributive property is another strategy to solve a multiplication equation. You will see this strategy used on your Unit 3 test, along with partial products. I hope this helps you, and have a great day.